All right, future CUE toppers, welcome. Today we are tackling a massive topic, one that shows up all the time in both chemistry and biology, carbohydrates. Let's jump right in and make sure you snag every single mark you can from this chapter. So, here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll talk about why this is so crucial for your score. Then we'll build a solid foundation with classification, get to know our stars, glucose and fructose, lock it all in with some memory tricks, and wrap up with a lightning-fast revision. Stick with me and you'll walk away a master of this topic, I promise. Let me ask you something. Does the word carbohydrates make you a little tense? You start worrying about mixing up aldose and ketose, or that whole D form versus L form thing. Yeah? Well, you're in exactly the right place, because we're about to flip that confusion into total confidence. Now, why are we so focused on this? It's simple. This one topic can literally get you 4 to 6 marks. In an exam as competitive as CUET, that's huge. That could be the thing that gets you into your dream college. These are easy marks, and we are not leaving them behind. Okay, let's get to work and build our foundation. Seriously, understanding how carbohydrates are classified is the most important first step. If you nail this, everything else just clicks into place. So what even are they? At the end of the day, carbohydrates are just organic compounds made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Think of them as the main fuel that runs our bodies. The two key words you have to remember for the exam are energy source and structural components. That's it. Simple. We can basically sort them into 3 families, kind of based on their size. You've got monosaccharides, those are the single, simplest sugar units. Then you have oligosaccharides, which are short little chains. And finally, the big ones, polysaccharides, which are these huge, long chains. For today, though, our entire focus is on those building blocks, the monosaccharides, because that's what CUET absolutely loves to ask about. Okay, now this slide is where you really need to pay attention. This is the first big difference you have to know, aldose versus ketose. And it all comes down to one thing, the functional group. If it has an aldehyde group, it's an aldose, think glucose. If it has a ketone group, it's a ketose, think fructose. And notice the position. Aldehydes are always at the end, on carbon 1, while ketones are usually tucked inside the chain at carbon 2. This is a guaranteed question area, for sure. Another way we can classify them is just by counting the carbons. A 3-carbon sugar is a triose, 5-carbon is a pentose, and the most important one for us is the 6-carbon sugar called a hexose. So from now on, when you see glucose or fructose, your brain should immediately go, that's a hexose. So now that we've got the basics down, it is time to meet the 2 superstars, the ones that show up again and again and again on your exam papers, glucose and fructose. Getting their differences straight is the key to acing so many multiple choice questions. Let's break this down. Glucose is an aldohexose. It's our body's #1 fuel source, and it forms a 6-membered ring called a pyranose ring. Fructose, on the other hand, is a ketohexose. It's that super sweet sugar you find in fruits, and it forms a 5-membered furanose ring. You have to remember this pairing. Glucose, pyranose, fructose, furanose. I'm serious, write that down right now. Okay, let's talk about something that trips up so many students, this D and L configuration stuff. But honestly, it's super simple. You just have to look at one carbon, the second to last one. It's called the penultimate carbon. If the little OH group is on the right, it's the D form. If it's on the left, it's the L form. And here's the golden tip for CUET. Almost every biologically important sugar, the ones in our bodies, they are all in the D form. All right, we've learned the concepts, but now we gotta make sure they're locked in your brain so you can pull them out in a split second during the exam. It is time for some really powerful memory tricks and a little practice. Here is your first trick. You will never, ever mix up aldose and ketose again. Just remember this. A for aldehyde is A for at the end of the carbon chain, and K for ketone is like a key that fits in the middle of the chain. It's simple, it works, and you won't forget it. And what about the D and L forms? Oh man, it does not get any easier than this. Just say this out loud with me. Right is D, left is L. That's it. That's literally all you need to know to answer any question on this. Okay, time for a pop quiz. Here's a classic CUET-style question. Read it carefully. Which one is a ketose hexose and forms a furanose ring? Go ahead and pause the explainer right now, think about it, and lock in your answer. Ready? The answer is, of course, it's fructose. Why? Because we just learned that fructose is our ketohexose, the one with the ketone group. and it's the one that uniquely forms that five-membered furanose ring. Remember, glucose is an aldose and makes a pyranose ring. See, you got this. Let's try another format you are definitely going to see on the exam. Match the following. This is a great way to test if you can connect all the dots. Go for it. Match column A with column B. How'd you do? The correct matches are 1 goes with B because glucose has that aldehyde group at C1, 2 goes with A because fructose is our classic ketohexose, and 3 goes with C because the D form just means the OH group is on the right side of that penultimate carbon. Easy marks. Fantastic work. We are now entering the final and maybe the most critical part of the session. Knowing the info is half the battle. Not making silly mistakes when you're under pressure is the other half. So let's go over the common traps and then do one last power revision. Okay, listen up. This is super important. These are the 4 traps that catch students every single year. First, mixing up aldose and ketose. Don't do it. Second, forgetting the ring structures. Pyranose is for glucose, furanose is for fructose. Third, looking at the wrong carbon for the D/L configuration. Say it with me. It's the penultimate one. And finally, forgetting that D form is the natural default. If you can avoid these 4 things, you are way ahead of the game. All right, deep breath. This is it. Your final 1-minute blitz revision. Ready? Carbohydrates are our main energy source. Aldose equals aldehyde group. Think glucose. Ketose equals ketone group. Think fructose. Hexose means 6 carbons. D configuration means the OH on the second to last carbon is on the right. And D-glucose is the most common one out there. Boom, that's the whole chapter right there. So, how did you do on those practice questions? Be honest. Let me know down in the comments if you got both of them right. It's a fantastic way to check your understanding and really build that exam confidence. Hey, if you are a serious CUET aspirant and you are ready to master every single one of these high-value concepts, just like we did today, make sure you are subscribed. Our next explainer is going to break down another tricky topic to guarantee you get those maximum marks. Keep up the amazing work, and I will see you in the next one.